It felt like a dream. Not one where she was chasing after her father, screaming and begging him to take her with him. But this time, she wasn't asleep. He was there. Flesh and blood, from all appearances. There were ways to fake that, but not in a dream. Madison watched the Gypsy Rose. She was a beautiful ship. Her sails caught the eye first, glowing and glittering in the sunlight that powered them. Gold had thousands of wonderful applications in the galaxy, including the best way to travel at sublight speeds and power the engines that brought them to the stream. The stories told of how gold had gone from one of the most valuable metals to practically untouchable. It drove mining companies beyond humanity's home planet and into the stars to find more of the precious metal. Wars were fought over it until they found a way to synthesize it. The process was kept a secret and guarded better than banks guarded their vaults. Any gold mine discovered was quickly plundered, but hidden factories created most of the gold used in ship sails. A secret held for over 300 years by 3 individual families who'd become fabulously wealthy through it, which was to say, they owned whole planets and controlled the governments of those they didn't own outright. That was the story, anyway. Madison didn't know much about the matter. It was a hidden part of history she didn't usually delve into. "We have word back from the docks," one of the officers called. "We're cleared for approach, but they've got more ships than anticipated for the day. We're going to be caught in a jam." "Don't want to be caught in a jam hauling another ship." Terry shook his head. "Send word back that we'll hang away from them until we have a clear approach vector. I suspect our employer will be happy to learn we've arrived early, and we'll find a way to open things up." "And if they don't?" "Then we spend a few days on the float, resting and relaxing until we have a way in." Madison nodded. That was the correct answer. They still had the Soraka in tow in the stream, which was complicated enough. Approaching docks was another difficult task, made harder if they were jostling with other ships on their way in. It was surreal to watch the men work. Terence Caertais, or Terry as most called him, had always dreamed of being a captain. She'd heard stories about what he would do when he finally got his own command, since the time she still thought his full name was Daddy. After spending so long watching her father leave to sail the deep dark, she was finally not only seeing him, but sailing with him. It seemed her life would play out like this for the foreseeable future, and it was overwhelming. Madison had watched him work the deck for the past few days since they'd taken command of the Soraka. It was difficult not to be overwhelmed. The truth was, she didn't know how to feel about what she was watching. Terry did not spend an idle moment on the deck. She supposed he had time below decks for himself, but he made a point of always being active around the crew. He didn't want them to think he was doing less work than them.